Boston Bruins forward Brad Marchand is in trouble again for a cross-check to the face to Flyers defenseman Andrew MacDonald. We're going to discuss the situation coming up next. Welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. We review and discuss all 31 NHL teams, so if you're a huge hockey fan, consider subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. So Boston Bruins star Brad Marchand's in trouble yet again. This time he's been fined a maximum of $5,000 for cross-checking Flyers defenseman Andrew MacDonald to the face in a game this weekend here against the Flyers. I'm a little bit surprised in a way that with Marchand's history that they weren't a little bit more harsh on him for this incident. Obviously, it's another case of him deliberately doing something dirty to another player and getting away with it. Really, you get a minor penalty, a $5,000 fine. Obviously, we're getting into a crucial time of year where these games, the Bruins are battling for first place in their division, getting ready to go into the playoffs here, not too far away. So I don't understand why he continues to do these things on the ice. It's very frustrating to see a player with so much talent like Marchand. He could easily make the argument that he's one of the top 10 players in the league. In some ways, you could argue that he could be in consideration for the Hart Trophy. But I think things like this is what takes it away and makes that not happen. But you could make an argument, though, that if those incidents weren't there, that he's that good of a player, it means that much to that organization. He's been scoring all kinds of big goals for this team. Overtime winners seems to be a thing that he specializes in lately as well. He's just a real big game player, gets it done when it matters most. And I don't know, as a hockey fan, this kind of play on the ice, I find it really frustrating. So as a Bruins fan, I want to hear from you. What do you think of Marchand's antics? Like, are these types of situations getting really frustrating? Do you care that he does these things? I mean, obviously he's forfeiting a lot of money, which is hurting nobody but himself. But in a lot of cases, when he does get suspended, he is hurting this organization by not learning from his past mistakes. I mean, this season alone, we saw a 5-game suspension for his elbow to Marcus Johansson. He was fined $2,000 for diving, and now he's got this, a maximum $5,000 fine for this incident, which he was only given a minor penalty for. I'm kind of surprised that the penalty could have been worse as well. I thought with his history that they may give him a suspension. Now, of course, of all the things that Marchand's done, this is probably one of the things that is not as bad as some of the other ones we've seen for sure, but that still doesn't excuse him from these types of antics. I know based on the game and on how things were going, based on the play that resulted, right before that, he was probably frustrated, felt that he was hit in a bad position there. I think he's probably looking for a call, but that's not how you respond. If you're not happy with what the player did to you, retaliating with a cross-check to the face is just not the way you respond. So I don't know, I find this player very irritating, very frustrating at times because the talent level is so high, and yet these antics are just so immature that I just find it really, really frustrating as a fan to watch. Is Brad Marchand ever going to learn? Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think of this incident. If you did not see this play, I'll leave a link down below in the description. You can watch the play, see it for yourself. Obviously, like I said, I understand that he may have been frustrated, but this is not the kind of position you put your team in by responding in that way. He's lucky he wasn't suspended. I really thought with his history, because we all know, regardless of what you all think, what I think, obviously past history does play a role when they're determining if a player is going to be suspended or not. We saw another incident not too long ago. I believe it's only in the last 3 or 4 weeks where he avoided a suspension. That call was another debatable case as well. Obviously he didn't get anything on that play, but there's a lot of times where I understand Marchand likes to walk the line, but a lot of times he just gets too dirty and gets himself in trouble and puts his team in a bad predicament. I mean, I'm just not sure how long his team and Bruins fans can defend this guy. Like I said, I really like Brad Marchand. He's played a great game for the Bruins. He's really improved the last number of years. He's played well on the big stage. He's gotten to represent his team Canada, many times as well, and played very well. So I just find it very frustrating as every video we've made here in these Marchand incidents. I know it seems like a lot of Bruins fans don't like my take on the fact that I think he's a dirty player, and that's fine. You're all entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. But at the end of the day here, Marchand's antics, there's no place in the league for it. I wish he would just grow up and get over these types of plays and just stick to his high skill level that he clearly has, and he could certainly be one of the top players in the league without this type of behavior. If you're new to the channel, I hope you consider subscribing. We cover all 31 teams, so there's plenty of content here for all fan bases to enjoy. If you haven't done so already, consider checking us out on social media. You're going to find our Twitter handle on the screen right here. We're very active on Twitter, so check out our Twitter account. As always, thank you very much for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next time.